And we welcome you live to the beautiful McAnally Center, Greencastle High School, where the Cloverdale Clovers get set to play the South Putnam Eagles. It is the final day of the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament. Thank you so much for joining us on the ISC Sports Network, along with Mike Walensky and the rest of our fantastic ISC Sports Network crew. I am John Herrick. Mike, here is what happened on Thursday night at this tournament. North Putnam beating South Putnam by 12, 53-41. Cloverdale falls to Greencastle 65-51, so we get South Putt and Cloverdale here in game number one.
We've got an interesting matchup between two teams who've really struggled here. I think Cloverdale is still trying to find its identity because Kyle Thomas, that is, the 6'3 sophomore, is one of their better players, and he struggled with an ankle injury, and without him, they had been turning the ball over in volumes. In fact, the other night, they lost a very tough ball game in Monrovia. The Bulldogs on the road by a score of 71-32. They did play fairly well last night in the loss to Greencastle. And tonight, this third place game, I think will be critical because both these ball clubs will play in the same sectional, and it's a wide open sectional.
Yeah, also you and I had a chance to visit with the South Putnam coach Greg Dean before the game tonight. And for a guy who's coaching a team that's 3-15, he pointed to a lot of positives, one of which was the thing that he talked about this afternoon. He sat down, had a scouting meeting with his team, and said they were very engaged and they were very much ready to go out and play in this third place game, which in some of these tournaments, it's not always easy to be that motivated for because you want to be playing in the next game, in the championship game, but he said his guys are really engaged.
There's no doubt about it. For Greg Dean and his ball club has just won 3 games this year. The positive thing is for the last 2 years in the third place game, this Eagle ball club has won at the buzzer. They've won 2 third-place contests. They've been able to find their way after losing the quarterfinal game and coming back the next night and winning the third-place game. So they have some expertise from that. I think for Cloverdale, under the circumstances, there was a point where they won 4 straight county tournaments. This is a different space for them, and I think Patrick Rady is looking for some leadership from his ball club that he hasn't been able to get so far.
Well, it looked like, speaking of Cloverdale, Mike, earlier in this year, it looked like they were playing pretty well. They're 7-13, but they've won just 2 of their last 5. Do you think a lot of their struggles are attributed to Thomas's ankle injury, or do you think there's something else that they need to rectify here?
Well, I think the first part of it, obviously, is Thomas' ankle injury. The other part of it is just youth in general. They do not have a very deep roster. So we take a look at Coach Dean here with South Putnam. But Coach Rady's ball club is not terribly deep, so they have to play more efficient. And they got to get more scoring from people other than Nolan Kelly and Kyle Thomas, and they have to be able to handle the basketball. When they start turning the ball over, that might also be a sign of a team that's being a little bit tired. But now this is a stretch run. Now this is a game where they can rectify themselves, get a win, and put themselves in a position to make a straight run for Coach Rady and the Clovers as they head towards sectional play.
Cloverdale scoring 53 points a game, allowing 58, shooting 40% from the field. And then you look at South Putnam scoring 42 points a game, giving up 59. The last time these two teams played each other, Mike, it was all Cloverdale. They beat South Putnam 55-35. One of the things that Coach Dean told us was that they gave up way too much from the perimeter, gave up way too many easy threes. And what do you think they got to do to make sure they get that defense shored up?
Well, the first thing they have to do, they've got to find a way to get the ball out of Nolan Kelly's hands, because in the first matchup between these two ball clubs, Kelly scored 26 points. They can find a way to get the ball in other people's hands. South Putnam Eagles, the defense, will have a chance to lock down the Clovers.
What are some of your rest of the keys to the game here, Mike, presented by Endeavor Communications?
Got to take care of the basketball. Cloverdale cannot continue to turn the ball over. For the South Putnam Eagles, they have to finish. They missed 17 layups in yesterday's loss, and leadership is going to be a key component for both ball clubs. Who can step up and play well?
He is Mike Walensky. I am John Herrick. It is the South Putnam Eagles getting ready to take on the Cloverdale Clovers. Cloverdale at 7-13, South Putnam at 3-15, and also we will have the championship game coming up tonight at 7:30 between North Putnam and Greencastle. So trust us, folks. We have a full slate of basketball coming your way. You don't want to miss it, and we'll start in the consolation game between the South Putnam Eagles and the Cloverdale Clovers. But first, we have to honor our country with the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we will have starting lineups and tip-off from the McAnally Center. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Blue is engineering technology, aviation, public health, business, and 100 other majors. Blue is a 4-year graduation guarantee. Blue is filled with researchers, scholars, explorers, creators. Blue is commended by Forbes and the Princeton Review. Blue is 150 years of sycamores making the world bolder, healthier, greener, wiser, better. Blue is Indiana State University. There's more to Blue.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Oh, baby! That got me awake! The worm has turned in Logansport. Look at that play. The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that. That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
You can't get enough of them.
You can't get enough of us. Good one, J-Man.
This is the worst scandal. This might
This
even
is
be
worse than steroid. Not so fast.
Are you going to watch the XFL?
I'll probably watch a little bit of it.
You want to go through and pick some games?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't.
Oh my God!
We are ripping fast today.
And how hard can it be, right?
These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Let's get you the starting lineups for both of these teams. For South Putnam, they're going to ride with Steven Schnepp, Trey Blades, Brent Wiggins, Eli Smith, and Kane Gregory. Head coach for South Putnam, Greg Dean, 43-90 in his 6th year at the school. And then Cloverdale, they ride with Nolan Kelly, Brady Koosman, Chase Ashcraft, Walker Sims, and Kyle Thomas. Of course, Thomas, the big guy to watch out for. He did have 18 points in his game on Thursday night. South Putnam on your screen, they are wearing red. Cloverdale in their white jerseys with, of course, the green numbers and letters. So looking at this early on here, Mike. Cloverdale had a couple of guys in double-figure scoring, but they didn't quite get enough scoring in the game last night. But I think that can be said for both teams. So what do you think? Is it just about getting – a lot of this probably has to do with shot selection.
I think shot selection is important, but how you get out of the gate to begin with is going to really make a difference for these two ball clubs. For Cloverdale, I think they want to have an up-tempo basketball game to start this contest off. For South Putnam, the Eagles get the ball inside. They have a height advantage with Kane Gregory at 6'5", and Schnepp also at 6'6". In fact, Stephen Schnepp is their leading scorer. He's an outstanding player.
Eli Smith won the tip for South Putnam, and they try to settle into their offense right away. Schnepp going to work. Forces up one on the baseline, doesn't go down. Rebound for Kyle Thomas.
You can see already Thomas is really limping down the court, but he still can shoot the basketball. He's not full at 100% with that ankle sprain, and defensively he's matched up inside with Gregory for the most part.
Schnepp got the rebound and walks it across for South Putnam. One thing South Putnam has also struggled to do is knock down threes from the outside. Shooting 31%. Both teams struggling a little bit here in the outset.
Sometimes it's a blessing when you're next to leading scorers injured that allows some of the other young players in this basketball team to develop some confidence and score the basketball. There's number 23, Walker Sims. I think he's a threat to score. If Walker Sims can get in the double figures in tonight's ball game, the Cloverdale Clovers have a chance to win this basketball game.
He had 7 points on Thursday night. Nolan Kelly sends it right to Thomas. This time Thomas airballs the three, and it goes out of bounds back to South Putt.
South Putnam has to do a better job in this basketball game defending the three. And that time you saw number 22, Brent Wiggins, the 6-foot junior, come out and defend Thomas. Now Thomas again, number 32, he's not at 100%. We could see that in that jump shot that he bombed away from the three-point line.
Schnepp gets rid of it to Gregory. Now inside it is Brent Wiggins. Wiggins can't get it to go down. Rebound Walker Sims. He averages 7 points, 4 rebounds a game. Thomas leads the way, averaging 21. Also another guy to watch out for, Nolan Kelly. 6-foot junior, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and he had 16 on Thursday night. And nice poke away there. Eli Smith with the steal, and he finishes the other way with an easy layup.
Great recognition by Eli Smith. And Coach Dean talked about the fact that the Eagles get off to a good start. They've got a chance to win this basketball game. That's why I think Cloverdale needs to really up the tempo up, move the basketball around, and get some good shots. They are a pretty good shooting team when you can get Kelly, number 10, the basketball in space.
And then you've got South Putnam here in a zone defense. 3 out of the right corner. Lips out from Walker Sims. Rebound into the hands of Trey Blades. Blades motoring up the floor. Almost dribbled the ball off his foot.
We do know one thing Coach Dean talked about. He wants his team to be aggressive and get to the basket, go to the rim, and draw some fouls on the Cloverdale Clovers.
There's Blades with it again. Shadowed by Brady Koosman. Knock away there by Walker Sims, and that's a turnover on South Putnam. Thomas falls down, and that's because I think they're going to say he was pushed down and fouled.
You have to be more efficient and stronger with the basketball. Stephen Schnepp, number 11 there, turned the ball over on a lazy pass from South Putnam. And Cloverdale, again, get the ball in transition. You've got numbers there. Good job by Thomas breaking down the Eagles.
Foul goes against Trey Blades, his first. Checking out of the game, Brent Wiggins and Eli Smith.
Ashcraft has to be a scorer in this ball game. He's got to take the ball to the rim. He did not do it that time. And because of that, now the offense kind of slows down, allows South Putnam to try to come back and take away the space from their key players.
There goes Thomas slashing to the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Almost got his own rebound. It ends up in the hands of Kelly for 3. That lips out. And they say last touched by Cloverdale. I think it was off of Koosman. So South Putnam, we talked to Coach Greg Dean before the game, Mike, and another thing he said was we are about defense. Our identity has to revolve around our defense playing well. Of course, they turn it over here, and it leads to a layup for Nolan Kelly. But so far in the game, their defense has been pretty solid.
Their defense has been solid for Cloverdale. They're trying to speed up the game, as you can see there in that full court pressure. But South Putnam has to keep their composure. Again, leadership is a very important part of this ball game. And Nolan Kelly is doing a really good job defensively early on, the junior at 6 foot. He's an outstanding scorer, and he also works very hard on the defensive end for Coach Rady's ball club.
Yeah, he had 24 points in the last game against South Putnam earlier this year. In fact, he led them in scoring that night. Walker Sims had 10, and I don't think Thomas actually didn't play in that game. There's a pull-up jumper that doesn't fall from Schnepp. Cloverdale trying to make South Putnam pay here. 3 out of the right side. Does not fall in for Brady Koosman. Fight for the rebound, and it's off of South Putnam. It'll stay with Cloverdale.
It's okay for Cloverdale to be able to get Koosman a shot in the corner, to spread the basketball, to really create some dynamics in terms of everybody handling the basketball, moving the basketball around, and creating some energy on the offensive end.
Lob pass almost got stolen. Thomas again tries and can't get it to go down. That's the second time he's had a 3 just lip out on him. And Drew Typin off the South Putnam bench, who just checked into the game, got the rebound.
I think the real challenge for Kyle Thomas in this basketball game will be getting the ball on the floor, dribbling the ball to the rim.
That'll help him get the ball. He comes up with a steal here, pushing ahead to Koosman, who lost it but got it back. Leads to a 3 from Kelly, short. And there's the board by Koosman, and Koosman gets fouled.
Brady Koosman is one of those guys that shows a lot of effort on the defensive end and rebound. He's not a scorer, but he got a good look there early on in this period with a jump shot in the corner that he missed, but he did a good job of boxing out, getting the rebound, and drawing the foul. And whoever gets the foul line tonight's game obviously is going to have a chance to pull away.
Demetrius Leo, one of the key players off the bench for South Putnam, picks up the foul. Cloverdale shoots 71% from the foul line as a team. Koosman on the year, 60%. But he went 100% on that trip down the floor, sinking them both. So Cloverdale with an early 4-2 lead.
The Eagles have to be concerned about breaking this pressure. Cloverdale does a great job in the backcourt with this zone pressure.
But they break it this time. Strong rebound by Thomas after the miss, and Thomas was fouled, and then he and Drew Typin scrapping for it, but good sportsmanship on both sides displayed there. Just 2 guys going after the ball.
You know, with Drew Typin at 6'3", and Leo at 6'3", and Gregory at 6'5", South Putnam really has a lot of size advantage here. So look for Cloverdale to work that basketball outside. Most of the shots for Cloverdale are going to come from the perimeter.
One thing to note about South Putnam, even though they are 3-15, they did at one point lose 9 in a row, but they have gone 2-2 in their last 4. Thomas just can't get on track, misses that 3, and then a rebound by Brent Wiggins, and I think frustration foul called on Walker Sims. And Sims knew right away he shouldn't have done that, but sometimes it just got the better of him.
That's a tough foul on Walker Sims and Cloverdale, and an unnecessary foul. The only good news for that is they're able to reestablish their defense and stop the clock.
Steven Schnepp checks back into the game for South Putnam. They did break the pressure, missing the layup though, Blades, and rebounded by Walker Sims.
They missed a lot of layups in last night's game. They've got to finish, but give Blades a lot of credit to be aggressive, especially early on in this ball game.
Driving in, Ashcraft leaves it for Sims, and Sims gets fouled, going up for 2.
Good job by Ashcraft going up with a shot, make that Walker Sims, and then reach in by Eli Smith there as he draws the foul. And again, good ball movement this time by Cloverdale, who mostly is a perimeter type of offense, and this time they set up Walker Sims inside and goes with the left hand. He's got to convert.
And that goes on Drew Typin, already 2 fouls on him. Already a lot of substitutions implemented by South Putnam. Typin checks out with his 2 fouls, so does Trey Blades. Sims missed the first and the second. He hadn't shot a lot of free throws on the year before that. Just 5 free throws coming in, had made 4 of them, so now he's 4 of 7. Kelly knocks the ball away and gets a steal for Cloverdale as we come up on 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Kelly has it again. three this time by Koosman. Splash.
Great job of distributing the basketball by Cloverdale. They're really causing problems with this press now. South Putnam has to be a little bit more efficient with the basketball, turning the ball over and giving the Clovers easy points.
South Putt scored the first 2 points and Cloverdale the last 7. They force another turnover. Here's Thomas with it. Waits for his teammates to get back and settles in. Leaves it for Ashcraft, who tried to dump it to Sims and passed it wide of him and out of bounds.
Ashcraft did a good job with that shot fake, but then dribbled the ball in and threw the ball away. Again, both ball clubs need to do a little bit better job of handling the basketball. Turnovers will absolutely destroy your club.
Wiggins, I think, was fouled in the backcourt here. That's on Nolan Kelly, his first, team second. Cloverdale with 2 fouls, South Putnam with 4. Blades is the one who got the inbound. Walks it up, leaves it for Wiggins. Nice pass inside and the finish by Kane Gregory.
Very nice pass by Eli Smith as Nolan Kelly struggled to come outside to defend him and gave him a lot of space to drop that pass into Kane Gregory for the layup.
South Putnam's playing a zone defense. It looks like a 2-3, but man, they're moving in a way that makes it look not like a 2-3. And that ball's kicked. Good deflection there by Wiggins.
The wings are really coming out deep, and particularly icy number 22, Brent Wiggins, coming out for some help, looking to trap the ball in the corner. Last time these two teams played, they allowed Kelly and his crew to get a lot of perimeter shots. Kelly knocked down a lot of three-pointers in that ball game.
Now with it, Ashcraft going baseline. Shot doesn't go. And there is Eli Smith coming down with the rebound.
Brent Wiggins covered a lot of ground defensively, came out in the wing, then came inside to help. Good job by that South Putnam Eagle.
That pass is thrown wide and out of bounds. Back to Cloverdale. By the way, discover how you can save money by bundling your Endeavor services by calling 1-800-922-6677 with Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. That is Endeavor Communications. Coming up on the closing seconds of the first quarter. Ashcraft swings it left. There's a 3. This time it doesn't go down. Both teams struggling from the outside, but Cloverdale finds themselves on the high side, leading South Putnam 7-4 at the end of 1. You're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Blue is 100+ majors, from education to aviation. An honors program that takes you around the world and leads to innovative research and Fulbright scholars. Blue is top 5 in the nation for community service 5 years in a row. Blue is students from all 50 states and 70 countries. Blue is 150 years, 100,000 alumni, one strong Sycamore community. Blue is Indiana State University. There's more to Blue.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Seven to 4 your score at the end of 1. The Cloverdale Clovers leading the South Putnam Eagles. I'm John Herrick along with Mike Lewinsky. And Mike, this was a game where both teams really needed to have a good start offensively. I don't think either team got that.
They did not. Both teams really took advantage of each other's weaknesses offensively, and that is handling the basketball. And you pointed out how effective that South Putnam defense was, how active they were in the first quarter, though they're down 7-4. Just couldn't put any buckets in the hole.
Both teams shot the ball a lot from the outside. Neither team has been able to really kind of get on track there, but that was a three made by Brady Koosman. He has made the only 2 3-point shots of the game so far. Everything else has been a miss, but a nice play here by Blades. Trey Blades was able to split the defense and get fouled, but it was on the floor well before he put up the layup.
For Cloverdale to find Koosman, the ability to score is a real plus for this basketball team, because we know that Thomas is not at full strength right now. Now, Cloverdale came into this basketball game shooting just 40% as a team. That's the reason why they only have 7 wins this season. If they could shoot the ball better, less turnovers, they'll have a chance. But both these teams really have a shot as it comes to sectional play. It's pretty wide open.
8 points to lead the way for Brady Koosman. He leads all scorers. 5-second violation called on South Putnam. That's a testament that time to how good Cloverdale's defense was. And head coach Pat Rady, you see there, an outstanding record for him, 78-49 in 5 years at Cloverdale, 119 wins in his 10th year overall. Of course, his dad, Pat Rady, was also a legend at Cloverdale for all the games he won. So he learned from quite a bright man himself. Nolan Kelly with the basketball, bouncing to Thomas and gets it back. Sims immediately doubled. 3 by Koosman. Why not? He's had the hot hand and continues to have the hot hand.
Yeah, South Putnam has to come out and guard him. They're giving him too much space on the far corner. Now, for South Putnam, though, Gregory doing a really good job defensively in the middle, taking away the passing lane from Chase Ashcraft. So Cloverdale's forced to play offensively around the perimeter.
Eli Smith with a tough shot, and he got fouled. I believe he did get fouled before he shot it. He's definitely going to the free throw line like he knows it. That is on Nolan Kelly, and that is his second, so that is a big call right there. Fans, don't forget you can download the ISC Sports Network app today on your smartphone or tablet to watch high school and college sports, as well as original content you're not going to find anywhere else. The ISC Sports Network, local, lives here. And to the free throw line goes Eli Smith, one of the only South Putnam players to score tonight.
A good substitution for Coach Dean, taking Gregory out of the lineup and bringing Leo in, because Gregory really worked hard on the defensive end, needs his legs back.
Smith goes 1 of 2 at the line, makes it 13-5 Cloverdale. South Putnam led early in this game 2-0, and then we had that score for a while, but then 7 unanswered by Cloverdale. And they get an offensive rebound here, chasing it down Ashcraft. Thomas finds Sims, out to Koosman again. This time they make sure to not let him try the 3. Of course, he's been deadly from out there early on in this game, hitting 3 threes already.
You got to give Ashcraft a lot of credit for keeping the ball alive for Cloverdale. Now, Thomas is becoming a distributor here in this basketball game. His shot wasn't going down early in the ball game, so he's doing a good job of releasing the basketball and playing at the point for the Clovers.
Kelly working, finds Koosman again. And there goes that patient Cloverdale offense. Koosman immediately got hounded, forced to give it up, and he throws it away. Excellent defensive possession there for South Putnam.
And unfortunately for Koosman, that's a mental mistake. And maybe all of a sudden things wore down on him based on his effort on the offensive end, because there was no Clover in sight where he threw that basketball.
Trying to get it in. Wiggins having some trouble, but does finally to Kane Gregory. And Gregory's pass deflected by Kelly. Kelly couldn't quite save it, ended up knocking it out of bounds.
Wow, Nolan Kelly, great effort on the defensive end under this duress here for Cloverdale. South Putnam again having trouble clearing the basketball down in the half court.
Eli Smith is checking in for Demetrius Leo. And Cloverdale sees that pressure. It goes off the leg of Blades, but Wiggins scoops it out of there before he almost lost it. Now he does lose it.
Good job by Koosman. Got a hand on the basketball.
And as soon as Kelly got it across half court, I think they might have maybe called him for a travel.
Yep, he slid his pivot foot slightly, just enough for the trailing official to make the call. The good news for South Putnam, there's still plenty of time in this basketball game, though they're down by 8, but they cannot throw the ball away like that.
Well, it's just, that's been one of their biggest problems all year. Now Cloverdale, sensing that, brings up the pressure and forces yet another mistake there. That is the 6th turnover on South Putnam in this game.
The challenge, I think, for Coach Dean's ball club right now in this ball game, will they still be active defensively after they make mistakes? Can they forget about the last play?
And that is exactly something that Coach Dean told us beforehand, Mike, was that if they are going to have any chance in this game, their defensive effort has to be sound. And that is pretty good defense there. I think the ball might have been tipped.
Yeah.
You can definitely see Coach Dean thought it was, but I think this might be staying with Cloverdale, and it is.
Yeah, and you don't get a replay in high school basketball off the monitor as we often do, and it looked to me that Kane Gregory knocked the basketball off of Walker Sims' hand. So Cloverdale gets a break.
Kyle Thomas, by the way, has not scored. And there's a foul, I think, on Kane Gregory.
Kyle Thomas didn't score, but he did a good job of getting the ball inside to Walker Sims. Once you get the ball inside, now the defense is going to break down on the inside passer, and he can reverse the ball in the corner, which he did, and Cloverdale is able to draw a foul.
And Koosman's pass got deflected in the air. I think maybe Blades got a hand on it, and that leads to a run out and a layup for Eli Smith. So Smith is the leading scorer for South Putnam with 5 of their 7. Again, South Putnam staying in this because of their defensive effort. They didn't just let Brady Koosman get loose a couple times. This would be right where they'd want to be. Thomas leans in, can't get the roll again. And this time the rebound pulled in by Smith, and Smith does a nice little spin move, takes it coast to coast.
Hey, great job by Smith.
He did all that. That
nice.
was all Eli Smith.
You got to be aggressive, got to take the ball to rim, and he's really heeding Coach Dean's words to his ball club. Be aggressive, get the ball to rim, and put points on the board.
Left open there, there's Ashcraft, and he finishes.
Good job by Cloverdale. Again, when Cloverdale gets the ball in the half court, it's imperative for them to get the ball inside, and they were able to do it.
Long pass up the floor, layup in for Trey Blades.
Smith doing it all. He got the assist there with the left hand.
Yeah, he is really making some plays and keeping his Eagles in this game.
And all of a sudden right now it's a 4-point game. And for Cloverdale, it seems to me it's almost like they're playing 4-on-5 because Kyle Thomas is not quite as active as he normally is. You don't have to guard him as tightly in their offensive set. He's not going to put the ball on the floor that much.
Walker Sims nearly turned it over, but Koosman saved it. Kelly going to work, out to Koosman. There he is again, and he hits again.
Another great shot by Koosman.
4 3-pointers in the first half for Brady Koosman.
Got to give Nolan Kelly a lot of credit for giving up the basketball. Normally he's going to shoot the ball and look intentionally to score. Doing a good job of distributing the ball for Coach Rady's ball club.
Here's a 3. That one rattles down for Trey Blades. He's got 5. That makes the South Putt deficit now 4 again. They've been at this spot a couple of times. Remember, Endeavor Communications, give them a call, 1-800-922-6677, or visit weendeavor.com for all of your telecommunication needs. That is Endeavor Communications. Did Kelly step on the bound? I think he might have stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did.
Again, good pressure defense by South Putnam. The Eagles have to be concerned a little bit about Chase Ashcraft, number 22 for Cloverdale, running around down the baseline. There was some space for him to get the basketball, and I think Nolan Kelly was looking to distribute it, but stepped out of bounds.
Blades got the inbound. By the way, Steven Schnepp has not scored either. That was the guy who Coach Dean talked about being the key contributor, and there is a foul here. This one on Sims. Walker Sims got a little too antsy. That's his second.
So if you're a basketball team, if you're the Eagles, if your leading scorer hasn't scored a point in this ball game, and you're down by 4, gives you some confidence you can fight back in this ball game.
And coming in, Mark Gill to replace Sims as Sims goes out with foul trouble. It is the Putnam County Tournament, 3rd place game, championship game coming up next right here on the ISC Sports Network. Missed 3 that time, but there's an offensive board by Kane Gregory.
Interesting that Gill's checked in the game. You see him lined up on Gregory. Gregory takes a shot right off the bat against this youngster. Good, smart move by Kane Gregory over Mark Gill, the junior at 6'3", has about 3 inches over the top.
Yeah, Gill not a huge contributor offensively. 3 points, 3 rebounds a game. Did have 2 last night. And now the lead is just 2 for Cloverdale. There's Koosman again, shadow out high that time by Blades. Thomas trying to get on track here. Kyle Thomas just has not been able to do so.
Yeah, he's really limited in terms of his movement with the basketball. You can tell he's still laboring, but he's doing a smart job of distributing the ball.
And going in, a foul. Chase Ashcraft draws a 2-shot trip to the line. That is the 6th foul on South Putnam as we come up on 30 seconds to play.
You know, John, you got to give Kyle Thomas a lot of credit too, because early on in the ball game he missed a couple of missiles from outside, and now he recognizes he's not shooting very well, and he's giving up the basketball and finding his teammates.
Each of Indiana State's 100-plus majors provides hands-on, career-focused learning on campus and online, aviation, construction management, engineering, or education. You'll have an edge on the competition with State's 95% placement rate. For more information, visit indianastate.edu. He goes 1 of 2 at the line there.
This is interesting. You mentioned Schnepp has not scored, and he's got a smaller basketball player in Chase Ashcraft, number 22, chasing around the court. Schnepp, number 11, Steven is 6'5", so he has a height advantage. If they can post him up down inside, he'll have a chance to maybe add some points to his total here in this ball game.
Thomas just picked up his first foul, both teams with 6, but we're nearing the end of the first half. Going to work here, Smith. Out left to Blades. Blades, tough shot from the free throw line, doesn't go, and that is how the first half draws to a close. South Putnam hanging in, trying to get their 4th win of the season, and Cloverdale able to keep them at bay, but we got a tight one here in the consolation game of the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament. You're watching it on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Oh, baby! That got me awake! The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play. The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
Now that Illinois is actually halfway decent, I am not enjoying watching them as much. It's kind of weird. As for the Bears, this is the year for Trubisky. If he doesn't play better this year, they need to cut ties. Pretty good.
Oh my God!
We are ripping fast today.
How hard can it be, right?
These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Blue is engineering technology, aviation, public health, business, and 100 other majors. Blue is a 4-year graduation guarantee. Blue is filled with researchers, scholars, explorers, creators. Blue is commended by Forbes and the Princeton Review. Blue is 150 years of sycamores making the world bolder, healthier, greener, wiser, better. Blue is Indiana State University. there's more to Blue.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
It is our halftime show presented by Endeavor Communications. It is the consolation basketball game here at the Putnam County Tournament. 19-16 is your halftime score. The Cloverdale Clovers leading the South Putnam Eagles. I'm John Herrick along with Mike Walensky. As you see there, South Putnam started off with a 2-0 lead early. Then 7 in a row answered there by Cloverdale. And then South Putnam made another run again. They cut it to 4 a couple of times, got it as close as 2 at the end of the half, and they trail by 3. And a big reason why Cloverdale has the lead right now is because of that man you're looking at who just nailed a 3 on the highlight reel. He hit 4 of them in the first half, Mike. Brady Koosman, who has 14 points.
Brady Koosman's been shooting the lights out, but here's Eli Smith, who's done a great job for South Putnam, being very aggressive, taking the basketball to the hole. And if it weren't for Smith, I think South Putnam would be completely out of this basketball game. For Cloverdale, I've got to like the way right now Kyle Thomas is playing, even though he's not playing 100%, because he's giving himself up and he's distributing the ball quite well, as you see a pass there inside to Ashcraft for the layup for the Clovers. If Thomas can continue to distribute the ball, if they can be efficient handling the ball, they can get a win. But for South Putnam, if they can break this pressure and get some easy buckets, they've got a chance. So both ball clubs play clean basketball, take away these turnovers in the second half. We're going to have a barn burner.
Well, in both teams' cases, it's similar in the sense that both teams only had 3 guys score. For Cloverdale, they were led by Brady Koosman, who had 14, then 3 for Chase Ashcraft and 2 for Nolan Kelly. And then also for South Putnam, Eli Smith led the way with 7. Trey Blades had 5 and 4 for Kane Gregory. That is one of the things that's been a little bit of an issue here, Mike, is that there just hasn't been a lot of scoring from both teams, and they clearly both need to do something about that. What do you think they've got to do here?
Well, I think the first issue for South Putnam is they've got to be able to get the ball across the timeline and limit their turnovers. Once they get the ball in the half court, look for Schnepp and Gregory inside. They've got a height advantage, and they've got some really good guards that can handle the ball. They can break down that Cloverdale defense. If they can do that, they're going to get some nice shots. For Cloverdale, it's be patient. Work the ball around, get the ball inside, move it inside out. If they can be patient, they can get good open shots and we're going to have ourselves a pretty high-scoring game in the second half.
The last time when I saw Cloverdale here on the ISC Sports Network, they were playing North Putnam, and Coach Pat Reddy talked about the importance of getting out and running, and the transition game had to go in their favor. Of course, South Putnam's going to do everything they can to slow that down, and so far they've done a pretty good job of that. If you're Cloverdale, how do you go out and try to make that a part of your game, especially with Thomas banged up right now?
Well, that is a good point, because I thought coming into this ball game, and I made note of that I thought Cloverdale should push the tempo the first half, but now looking at Thomas's condition, they can't do that.
Yeah.
I think they've got to become a different team. Now, what that means is Kelly has to be a better basketball player in terms of handling the basketball. And maybe you take the ball out of Thomas's hands at the point and give the authority to Kelly. And I think that if Thomas can get posted up, he's got some abilities to score. He doesn't have to put the ball on the floor when he's posting up. At the same time, Kuzman's shooting the ball really well for Cloverdale, so that's a real plus. But don't forget Walker Sims. He's this guy who can put the ball up and score too. They have not found him at all quite yet in this ball game.
He's been in foul trouble. What do you think he's got to do to get on track here? I think he did pick up one of those, was a pretty big frustration foul.
Well, he's doing a pretty good job moving away without the basketball, but I think Cloverdale's playing a little bit too fast for what they have right now. Slow down the tempo of the game, and don't worry about the clock and don't worry about the score. Look to be efficient, look to break down the defense and get the ball in the players' hands who are open. And Sims is doing a pretty good job for the most part, lining up on the inside, getting that interior pass. Now, he's getting doubled. That means he's got to be able to quickly make a decision what he's going to do with the basketball, whether it's getting the ball to Kuzman on the wing or getting the ball back outside to either Kelly or Thomas.
That concludes our Endeavor Communications halftime report. When we come back, we'll have second half action from the McAnally Center of the consolation game. You're watching the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
This is really tough for me because I'm trying to remain professional on the show.
And then you got 50 feet of crap and the New York Knicks. You're 60, so I'm not going to put my hands on you, but I'm going to slap this guy instead.
Are we going to have our first real good argument on this show?
That's what everyone wants to hear.
And that is the point.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. And how hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
You can't get enough of them.
You can't get enough of us. Good one, J-Man.
This is the worst scandal. This might even be
worse than steroid. Not so fast.
Are you going to watch the XFL?
I'll probably watch a little bit of it.
You want to go through and pick some games?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. And how hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Moments away from starting the second half at Greencastle. It is the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications, along with the rest of our fantastic crew on the ISC Sports Network. I am John Herrick along with Mike Walensky, and this is, you never got the sense that, talking to both coaches this week, that Cloverdale was 7-13 and South Putnam was 3-15, Mike. I mean, these are two extremely upbeat coaches that are really optimistic about the direction that both of them are heading. Of course, South Putnam came in facing an uphill battle to start the year. They lost 50 points per game, scoring with 5 players to graduation from last year. So it's been an uphill battle for them all year. But I think they're coming on at the right time a little bit. Of course, that's not a good way to start the second half, though, as it leads to a turnover and a layup.
Again, they've got to do a better job of handling the basketball against this pressure. Nice job by Thomas on their reverse shot with the bucket for Cloverdale. And then Walker Sims does a good job fronting the player on the inside and getting the turnover.
And then, of course, right as I say that, it leads to a couple of big plays there for Cloverdale about how South Putnam has started to turn things around. Thomas gets a layup, and then he knocks down a 3, and that's the most fired up I think we've seen him. He had a very frustrating first half, and he had 3 shots that I can remember that just lipped out on him and he couldn't make them, and then the next thing you know, it was like something just didn't quite go right for him there, but he gets the layup and then he knocks down a 3 coming up. So that's exactly the way you want to start the second half. If you are Cloverdale, they just made a 3-point lead 8 in a matter of seconds.
They did, and Thomas really didn't need to move too much on that 3-point shot. It was perfect catch and shoot. Nice give by Kelly on the right wing, and he knocked down the 3. And the team that's off and running is the Cloverdale Clovers early on here in the third period. The score is actually 24-16, an 8-point lead.
But the thing about this is, this has been, South Putnam has had a lot of moments like this in the season where they have been struggling. And what do you do to make sure, if you are Coach Dean, to make sure you try to coach your team up and make sure they don't settle into a frame of mind where, this game's over or it's getting away from us, because they've been pretty good about fighting that.
Well, the real challenge, I think, as we saw there at the break with Coach Dean, is the body language of his team on the sideline. His young men have to really react in a more positive fashion to the fact that they're losing this ball game, because it's contagious. And you can see that their heads are down a little bit. They need something good to happen right now.
Kane Gregory is out high with the basketball, tried to bounce it into Wiggins, and it got poked free. 3 quick turnovers off the bat by South Putnam. Thomas, Sims, layup, yes, and a foul.
And again, being a good distributor is what Kyle Thomas does, and it's a good thing for Cloverdale that Walker Sims gets on the board, because as you see, Walker Sims, he ran the entire court. And then Trey Blades was just a little bit late getting back defensively, drawing the foul.
That is the first on Blades. First foul in the second half on either team. Sims able to cash in on the 3-point play. 27-16. Cloverdale now leading by 11. Blades trying to get going, gives to Wiggins. Down on the block. There was the double team on Drew Typin. Remember, he's playing with 2 fouls. He picked up 2 quick ones in the first half.
Typin doing a nice job with a solid screen inside for Gregory. Very physical basketball player, but again, South Putnam not able to convert.
This is a 9-0 run for Cloverdale, dating back to the first half.
And Coach Rady has decided that he's going to use Thomas at the top of the key. And that really stretches the South Putnam defense.
Sims had an opening, missed the jump hook. Rebound, skied for, brought down by Trey Blades. Blades has several rebounds tonight. Goes to work right side. South Putnam trying to get on the board here in the second half. And a foul is called.
That's one thing I've learned about Eli Smith, number 30, the 6'1 sophomore for South Putnam, is he's going to take the ball and he's going to run the ball to the rim. He's going to try to score. That is just an outstanding play by Smith, as Walker Sims came across a little bit too late on the help side.
Yep, he thought he was there in time, but the call did not go his way, and that's a big call because Sims just picked up his 3rd. The free throw dropped in by Eli Smith.
Eli Smith, I tell you, he's the most valuable player right now for South Putnam.
Yep.
Without him in the lineup, they are really struggling offensively.
Yep, he has 8 of their 17. But he could not get the second one to go down. Rebound by Chase Ashcraft. Kelly in the corner, thought about driving, then decided to back it out. There's the zone defense again by South Putt. Of course, they're forced to stretch that zone defense and run Koosman off the three-point line. There's a block by Drew Typen, who swiped that ball away from Koosman, but he got it back. Then he threw it away. Leads to a layup by Smith. And a foul by Eli Smith, just playing extremely hard.
He truly is, going to the rim again, drawing another Cloverdale foul, this time on Ashcraft going to the rim. And Ashcraft did a good job going vertical, but just got a little bit of hand on there, or arm for that matter, and Smith has a chance for knockdown two.
That's a good foul, though. Make him earn it at the free throw line.
Good hustle as well by South Putnam's Trey Blades, number 12, to get down the court, the 6-foot junior. Again, the Eagles need a spark here to get back in the ball game.
Got them both. 3 points in a row that South Putnam badly needed to get back within 8. They led very early in the game, 2-0. Nice knockaway by Typen. He saves it from going out of bounds, and that leads to a mad scramble. Smith ends up with it, and he is called for traveling. Of course, he ended up rolling around on the ground, but Typen did all he could to just keep that ball alive.
Again, got to give South Putnam a lot of credit right now as far as the kids on the basketball court. They're not giving up. They're still fighting. They're still working it out, putting pressure on the defensive end.
Ashcraft. Now to Koosman. I know he's got range, but he was way out there that time.
Now we see Thomas in the middle of that offense out of that, looks like a 1-3-1 set.
Ashcraft going to work. He runs out of room. Leaves it for Koosman, who then throws the ball over the head of Thomas and out of bounds. Back to South Putnam. Discover how you can save money by bundling your Endeavor Communication Services. Call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years.
Good job by Coach Rady, putting in Nate Ness in the ball game for Brady Koosman. That was a mental mistake for Brady Koosman. Clearly, Thomas was open in the wing. Needed just put down a bounce pass. Instead, he threw it on top and threw it about 20 feet over his head, unfortunately.
Inbound comes into Blades. Blades trying to fight off that full court pressure, but a steal by Ashcraft. Ashcraft down the other way. He got fouled. Yeah, he did a shot fake and got Blades in the air, and Blades came down on him. So Trey Blades now with his third foul.
Both teams in pressure, doing a great job of turning the ball over.
Ashcraft on the season, 64% from the line. He has 3 points tonight, 1 of 2 at the line this evening. Knocks in the first. Don't forget, fans, you can download the ISC Sports Network app today on your smartphone or tablet. You can watch high school and college sports as well as original content you're not going to find anywhere else. The ISC Sports Network, local, lives here. Ashcraft got both of those free throws, makes the lead double digits again for Cloverdale. 3 by Kane Gregory, but then a foul away from the ball. And the baseline official, she points and says, we are staying on this end.
As much as I like Kane Gregory as a face-up shooter, I'm not quite sure I want him to shoot that three-point shot, but he did. And South Putnam did keep it alive and drew the foul on Cloverdale.
And Nate Neese, who you talked about earlier, Mike, was the one who picked up that foul. That is the third Cloverdale foul in this half, his first. Brent Wiggins down low to Typen, and Typen is fouled.
Typen defensively fairly aggressive. I like the fact that he got involved in the offense there for the Eagles. And Mark Gills, a little bit out of position, drew the foul, number 31.
Again, both of the teams in this game, their best players have struggled. Kyle Thomas was scoreless in the first half for Cloverdale. He's got 5 now as Typen nails the first. But then Steve Schnepp, who Coach Greg Dean of South Putnam talked about, needed to be a key part of the offense, has not scored tonight. And the second foul shot bricked, and there's Chase Ashcraft with the Cloverdale rebound.
In fact, John Schnepp is not even in the ball game right now. He's sitting on the bench. I wonder if he's 100%.
Driving in, shot blocked there. Ashcraft was taking it up strong, but good defense there yet again by Typin. I mean, he has really been a factor on the defensive end.
Ashcraft 6'2", Typin 6'3". Looks like Typin is a lot longer than Ashcraft there.
Looks like he's got a long wingspan, and he plays like it. Ashcraft gets the inbound and buries a three.
Nice follow through. Very nice follow through from Chase Ashcraft. Got that wrist moving forward, nothing but net.
This is the biggest lead of the night for Cloverdale. Smith launches. Wow. And hits one. You know what that kind of reminded me of, Mike? Victor Oladipo's shot against the Bulls. Because he just decided, you know what? I don't care if the defense is in position. I don't care if it doesn't look right. I'm going to let it go, and he made it.
And he did a great job. He's having a fantastic game, Eli Smith, number 30 for the Eagles of South Putnam.
13 points for him tonight. That is his first three that he's made.
Gill's wide open on the inside. If they could just find him, he can really open things up for Cloverdale here. There it is.
Yep, and he tries to take his man off the dribble and hits the reverse layup. Mark Gill, the big fella, showing the movement he's got.
Yeah. Good recognition by Cloverdale. Gill's wide open. They found him the basketball. He got a point-blank shot. That's what you want.
Ashcraft nearly had a steal there. Smith again. Not this time. Mark Gill the rebound.
Yeah, Gill doing a good job using his body on Kane Gregory. Gregory needs to be more active to try to get that rebound. I think he's a little bit tired right now.
There's a three by Neese that's short. Gill ends up on the ground. Blades the rebound, and Blades going to work, pushing, and is fouled in the lane. That should be going against Ashcraft, but we'll see. That is Ashcraft's second. So they have 5 fouls, does Cloverdale, 2 for South Putnam.
When South Putnam gets the ball in the half court, their guards have been fairly active, dribbling the ball to the basket. Trey Blades doing a good job there for Coach Dean's ball club. But again, this basketball team can not afford, as they have throughout the course of this ball game, missing free throws.
They sure have.
They're just too many. Too many missed opportunities.
Last night for South Putnam when they lost, it was missed layups. And tonight it's been missed free throws. Got it? So Blades goes 1 of 2. He's got 6. Makes the lead 10 now for Cloverdale. Trying to hold on and get the consolation trophy here in the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament. Of course, we are at the critical juncture of the season for both these teams. Not a whole lot of regular season games left. Fouled here is Mark Gill.
That's the Kyle Thomas we've seen during the course of the year. His ability to handle the basketball, penetrate inside of the defense, as you see right here with the left hand, and then keep his head up and find Mark Gill inside for a layup, and he gets fouled. Great job by Kyle Thomas.
That's on Demetrius Leo off the bench. Free throw made by Gill, giving him 3 points on the evening. That's right at his season average. He's a 62% free throw shooter.
Those are big points for him. Not only 2 from the foul line, but that last layup that he had, 4 points for the Clovers, and they've got a 12-point lead.
That has been their biggest. Really gotten into a groove here offensively. They only scored 19 points in the first half, and they have 17 here in the third quarter alone. That 3 doesn't go from Blades. Gill the rebound, fouled by Brent Wiggins, I believe. It's either on Wiggins or Leo.
Yeah.
I think it's on Wiggins.
And Gill has 2 rebounds in the last minute, along with his 4 points. So,
jump ball.
You got to really value his effort inside.
So they actually called it a jump ball. The possession arrow, though, favors Cloverdale.
Thomas, that crossover with the left hand, when he's healthy, he is really good. And he's really stretching the defense there.
Neese for 3.
Bam. Another assist for Thomas.
That is the 5th Cloverdale player to score in this quarter. I don't know what in the world Patrick Rady said at halftime to his team, but whatever he said, it worked. They've now scored more points in this third quarter alone than they did in the entire first half. Leo almost lost it, got it back, got it to Smith. Eli Smith couldn't get that one to go down. There's another big rebound by Mark Gill.
That's huge. In transition.
There's Kelly for three. Not there. Rebound, contested, grabbed by Gregory. Gregory tries to knock one up, and he misses it. I mean, even though he was going 1-on-3 there, he had a decent look. Thomas slashes in, got that one to go.
Wow.
How in the world? I guess when you're Kyle Thomas, that stuff can happen for you.
Just a trick of nature there. Somehow found a way. Good defense, though, in transition for South Putnam. And Kyle Thomas found a way to get the ball in the rim. I still don't know how he got it through.
Lean in shot, missed by Blades. Rebound there by Ashcraft, and there's a foul with 1.4 seconds left in the third quarter.
It's those little things that are really costing South Putnam. Missed free throws, inability to block out on the boards and get rebounds, and solid defense underneath. They've not been able to do it here.
And Thomas could have let one go from three-quarters court, decided not to. But a big offensive outburst for Cloverdale in that third quarter. They go from leading by 3 to leading by 17 as we head to the fourth quarter next on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
Blue is 100+ majors, from education to aviation. An honors program that takes you around the world and leads to innovative research and Fulbright scholars. Blue is top 5 in the nation for community service 5 years in a row. Blue is students from all 50 states and 70 countries. Blue is 150 years, 100,000 alumni, one strong Sycamore community. Blue is Indiana State University. There's more to Blue.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Cloverdale has taken control of this one. It is the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament, the consolation game. And stick around, though, because the championship game is coming up next. North Putnam and Greencastle. Both those teams have double-digit wins on the season. Other thing that's interesting about this one, both these games are rematches from earlier in the year. Cloverdale beat South Putnam by 20 earlier this season. North Putnam pulled off a win over Greencastle, and those two teams will face each other coming up next in the rematch. So, again, it is a Putnam County rivalry anytime these four teams play each other, and they see each other an awful lot throughout the year in all sorts of sports. Eli Smith's shot that time was an air ball. Ashcraft gets a tough rebound and then throws it to Kelly, but it went between Kelly's legs and out of play. And all Nolan Kelly could do was look at that and go, oh, can't believe I let it slip through my fingers.
17-point lead for the Clovers. For South Putnam, they've got to find a way to start this final quarter off on a good start. Get some points on the board, get some fouls. There's a nice job of driving the ball inside.
I think they say that foul was on the floor, though, so no shot for Typin. Ashcraft there picks up his third foul. That is the 6th on Cloverdale as a team. So I think if you're South Putnam here, Mike, you got to say to yourself, we got to be really aggressive, get fouled, and then go to the line, make free throws. You're one foul away from being in the bonus.
Yep. And when you go to the foul line, as we all know, the clock stops. It doesn't hurt you.
Getting in here, and there is a foul. That was Eli Smith curling into the lane. Fouled by Mark Gill. That's Gill's second. So now it's bonus time for Eli Smith, but he has had his fair share of struggles from there tonight. He is 3 of 5. But again, without him, South Putnam wouldn't be in this ball game. Walker Sims comes back in.
Great job by Smith, but for Mark Gill, just took a seat on the bench. He did a great job. I think he had 3 rebounds in the period and 4 points in the third period, which really helped the Clovers, add to this margin of lead here in this ball game.
Smith made the front end of a 1-and-1 and hits the second. He has 15 points, so 15 of South Putnam's 26, and the lead is 15 now for Cloverdale. South Putnam bringing backcourt pressure. They haven't done that in this game nearly as often as Cloverdale has. Kelly comes down with it. Now he gets doubled.
Think about Cloverdale right now offensively. You don't have to shoot the basketball, right? You got a 15-point lead.
Yeah, use the clock. Sims recognizing that, called for traveling. I think he thought he was fouled. Yeah, he just said travel with a look of disbelief on his face there. And there you go. There you see Cloverdale's defense coming up, ready to put on that full court pressure. Kelly was guarding the inbounder Smith, and Trey Blades walking it up. Blades has 6 points tonight, and South Putnam wants to talk it over with a timeout. Again, don't forget, with Endeavor Communications, be sure to give them a call, 1-800-922-6677, or visit weendeavor.com for all of your telecommunication needs. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
South Putnam trying to get back into this game. 41-26, they trail Cloverdale. It is the Putnam County Boys Consolation Game on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications. I'm John Herrick along with Mike Walensky. Mike, lots of basketball still left to be played, but you get the sense a lot of things have to start happening for Coach Greg Dean's team right now.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that the foul situation is such that if South Putnam can just draw another foul, get to the foul line, they'll have a chance to start shooting free throws. So if their offense can continue to be aggressive, look to run to the basket, they'll have a chance to maybe chip away at this lead here. There's still plenty of time.
Smith bounces it to Typin.
The difference, I think, South Putnam this year and last year, with Alan Plunkett at 6'5", he could really shoot the ball from the perimeter. They do not have a shooter at this point in the season that can really drop the basketball down from outside the arc like they did last year. It makes it really difficult for them to score points.
Drew Typin ends up picking up the loose ball. He gets fouled by Nolan Kelly. That is the second on Kelly. Out of the game comes Demetrius Leo. Kane Gregory is back in. So it is Gregory, Typin, as that free throw doesn't go. Smith tried to get the rebound but could not. Yep, Eli Smith out there as well. And then you've got Brent Wiggins and Trey Blades. Those are the 5 out there for South Putnam. It is Chase Ashcraft, Nolan Kelly, also Brady Koosman, Walker Sims, and of course Kyle Thomas. There's Koosman. Can he get his 5th three-pointer of the game? Nope. Rebounded by Drew Typin.
Good pass by Kelly, though. He got a nice release on the shot. Cloverdale did a pretty good job in the half court moving the basketball.
Gregory leaves it for Smith. Smith left-hand dribble. High left with Wiggins. Wiggins through traffic. Got it.
Exactly what they needed, and I think Coach Dean wanted a timeout, maybe not, but nice to see that South Putnam attacked the basket there. got a good bucket.
There's the break of the full court pressure. Chase Ashcraft gets it to Kelly. Misfires. A one-and-done trip, but then Smith got the rebound and got it tied up. This is the possession arrow is in favor of Cloverdale here.
That's the only challenge that Smith had the entire night, is taking the basketball down below his waist, allowing Cloverdale to tie him up there.
Thomas to the basket, fouled. So how about that? It leads to a free throw opportunity here for Kyle Thomas. You get a rebound, but then you get tied up. And now you're sending Cloverdale's best player to the free throw line.
And he is an outstanding basketball player, just a sophomore.
That's the first foul, by the way, on Brent Wiggins. Thomas got them both. So Thomas, after a scoreless first half, has 9 here in the second half.
What makes Thomas interesting to me at 6'3" is he can handle the basketball, and he's long. He's got some good athleticism.
Gregory on a 3. Lips out. Ashcraft the rebound. Thomas motoring up the floor. Layup. Doesn't quite fall. Accidentally runs into the ref, but he does draw a South Putnam foul.
I will really be interested to see what happens with Kyle Thomas as he develops, because to me, he looks a lot like Trey Galloway, a young man I saw play as a sophomore for Culver Military, who made a verbal commitment to play basketball for Archie Miller at Indiana. They have the same length and the same ability to shoot the basketball from the perimeter. He's got a lot of skill.
And Koosman called for traveling here. Trey Blades walking it up. Across that Greencastle logo at midcourt. The Greencastle Tiger Cubs and the North Putnam Cougars coming up next. Turnaround shot by Gregory off the mark. There's Typin the rebound and the stick back.
Good effort by Typin. Again, got to be aggressive inside, be intentional, try to score, draw a foul. Question is, can South Putnam finish this ball game? How strong can they finish down by 13?
Ashcraft got it to Sims. Sims backs his way in. Tough shot, doesn't go. Fight for the rebound, won by Wiggins. Brent Wiggins able to pull that one away. Blades leaves it for Typin. Into Wiggins. Nice move by Wiggins to score.
They're doing a good job getting the ball inside, getting easy shots. This one isn't over by a long shot.
And Smith gets the steal, lobs it up the floor to Blades, and Blades has the layup.
South Putnam did it again last year and the year before, winning ball games at the buzzer for a third place finish. They're trying to fight back here.
A full timeout has been called. The lead has been cut to 9 with 3:32 to go. You're watching the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
6-0 run here for South Putnam. They have cut the lead down to 9. At one point they trailed by 15. And they bring the full court pressure on Cloverdale. Cloverdale just used their first timeout. See what they come up with out of it. Walker Sims cut off on the drive. And now I think Cloverdale realizes they have the 9-point lead and the clock on their side. Can South Putnam force Cloverdale to give it up. You see a lot of teams at this juncture might start to play keep away, and it looks like Cloverdale doing the best they can to do that. Thomas.
Brent Wiggins, number 22 for South Putnam at the top, doing a pretty good job defensively there.
Koosman in trouble, able to get rid of it to Kelly. Here's Ashcraft. Ball deflected. Thomas ends up with it, and a three. Way short, but there's Sims with another rebound.
That was a tremendous rebound for Sims for Cloverdale. They needed to have that one.
And that one swiped away. There's the steal by Typin. 2.5 to play. Blades going to work. Shot up, doesn't go. He thought he might have been fouled. There's the rebound by Kelly.
Coach Dean talked about those missed shots. Well, that was one of them. That was a shot that really needed to go in for the Eagles.
And right now, Cloverdale trying to kill some clock, but then Walker Sims couldn't catch the pass from Thomas and turns it over.
That was a perfect pass to Walker Sims. He just took his eye off the ball, goes out of bounds. That is a critical turnover. But for South Putnam, they have to be concerned now about the clock. They need to work this basketball quickly and get a good shot. There it is.
And Wiggins powers his way up and couldn't get it to go down. And I think this might be on Sims, who has been in foul trouble all night. Walker Sims, I believe, just picked up his fourth. And by the way, that is the 9th on Cloverdale, so the next foul by them will send South Putnam to the line for double bonus.
Coach Rady has elected to go with Walker Sims in the lineup here in the last period, but I thought Mark Gill played pretty good basketball in the third period. Had a solid rebounds, had about 4 points. South Putnam cutting away in this lead.
It's down to 7, but time is running out. At some point, they might have to consider fouling. Smith ends up doing that here as he shoves Koosman. So Eli Smith picks up his third foul. That is the 7th on South Putt. So it is the front end of a 1-and-1 here for Eli Smith. Now Smith has made his last 4 Koosman rather. Smith picks up the foul. Koosman goes to the line. He's only shot 2 free throws tonight, but he's made them both. And rattles in that first free throw. Each of Indiana State's 100-plus majors provides hands-on, career-focused learning on campus and online. Aviation, construction management, engineering, or education. You'll have an edge on the competition with State's 95% placement rate. For more information, be sure to visit indiana.edu. Two big makes there. Yeah, two big makes by Koosman.
That takes a lot of pressure off this Cloverdale basketball team right now. They were really reeling here late in the fourth quarter.
Deep three. Does not go down from Blades. Rebound by Ashcraft. Yeah, Cloverdale, to keep that in perspective, has only scored 4 points in this fourth quarter after getting 22 in the third. South Putnam has scored 12 points, but again, that third quarter just really hurt the Eagles.
Good pass.
And it leads to Sims finishing. Sometimes that's just what happens. You bring your defense out to overplay, and that leaves a guy open. Typin, tough shot, doesn't go in. There's the rebound by Ashcraft, and he was fouled. He was really tap dancing that baseline.
Well, Walker Sims did a pretty good job keeping the ball alive there, tapping it out to Ashcraft. Now it looks like Cloverdale's gained control of this ball game heading down the stretch.
That is on Blades. Trey Blades just picked up his third, so it's still 1-and-1 for Chase Ashcraft. 3 of 4 at the line tonight, 8 points, made it. Brady Koosman, by the way, who had those 4 threes in the first half, has 16 to lead Cloverdale in scoring. Ashcraft's second free throw, got it, putting him in double figures with 10. So South Putnam made things interesting, cutting it to 9, but now they are in dire need of a miracle. There's a deep three that doesn't go from Typin. Rebounded under the basket there by Koosman. Gets it out of there to Kelly. Kelly sprinting back down the floor with 30 seconds. And Cloverdale just playing keep away and using the clock. They will get their 8th win of the season, improve to 8-13. South Putnam drops to 3-16. Coming up next for Cloverdale, they have West Vigo on February 18th. Close out the regular season against Shakamak and Medora. That is who is up next for South Putnam. So the consolation winners of your Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament this year, the Cloverdale Clovers. They survive a late rally from South Putnam and close out the game strong, winning by 13, 49-36. Your post-game show coming up next on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.
Blue is engineering technology, aviation, public health, business, and 100 other majors. Blue is a 4-year graduation guarantee. Blue is filled with researchers, scholars, explorers, creators. Blue is commended by Forbes and the Princeton Review. Blue is 150 years of sycamores making the world bolder, healthier, greener, wiser, better. Blue is Indiana State University. There's more to Blue.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Oh, baby! That got me awake! The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
It is our post-game show presented by Endeavor Communications, Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament on the ISC Sports Network. Mike, this was a game that had its interesting moments. South Putnam came into this game just 3 wins, came close to possibly breaking this thing open, but then Cloverdale just a little too much for them despite the injury that Kyle Thomas was dealing with. He still helped Cloverdale close this one out and get a win.
Yeah, Kyle did a really good job distributing the basketball for Coach Rady's ball club, and I think defensively overall, Cloverdale is a little bit more consistent. Turned South Putnam over quite a bit during the ball game. For South Putnam to make this a run, they had to knock down free throws. They weren't able to do that. Eli Smith did a great job keeping them in the basketball game. But to Cloverdale's credit, I like Mark Gill, what he brought to the Clovers. Didn't play a lot of minutes, but got solid rebounds, got some points, and that's exactly what Coach Rady needed. And boy, Koosman came up. Brady did a nice job of knocking those shots, particularly in the first half. He was on fire.
Yes, and Brady Koosman was our Endeavor Communications player of the game. He had 14 points in the first half, finished with 16, and he really did it with his three-point shooting, knocking down 4 of those, Mike.
Well, it's an outstanding job by the Clovers of working the basketball around the perimeter and finding him. Again, Kyle Thomas, number 32, did probably as good a job as a distributor in this basketball game as you'd find. I think if he gets healthier as they get into sectional play, this might be a different basketball team to defend against. But tonight, it was Brady Koosman. Congratulations to Brady Koosman, the Endeavor Communications player of the game.
Yeah, he stepped up with the injury to Thomas. And then our play of the game also has something to do with Kyle Thomas and what he was able to do later in the game. I mean, he made just a circus shot. And what does that say? Let's take a look at that right here. Yeah, this was the play where it looks like he just gets fouled. He throws the ball up, and it's like, hey, let's just find a way to score, and he just does. But that's the thing. Like I said, when you're Kyle Thomas, a lot of those shots are going to go down for you. And it was a different dynamic. In the first half, he couldn't get anything to go. And then in the second half, a lot more stuff started to go. And then when you made that, you're thinking, okay, this might just be Cloverdale's night if that kind of a shot can go in for him.
Yeah, and he's a right-handed player. And if you look at that shot again, it came through with his left hand. It again shows the diversity this young man has in his motor, which is an outstanding factor for him being a very successful basketball player for Cloverdale.
49-36 is your final score. Cloverdale beats South Putnam for the consolation championship. Coming up next, it is the championship game for the Putnam County Boys Basketball Tournament. North Putnam and Greencastle. That game comes your way at 7:30. You can watch it on the ISC Sports Network app online at iscsportsnetwork.com. It's also going to be on Comcast, so our Comcast viewers will be able to watch the game as well. But the final score from this one, 49-36. Cloverdale beats South Putnam. You're watching the ISC Sports Network, presented by Endeavor Communications.